Once upon a time, a team of students got together to create a story about a child and a monster. Come along with us to explore our short film's creative journey. This is NIGHTFALL's making of.
The horror genre was a fascinating base for a short film. We started with a simple idea, a cautionary tale for children, and a question. What if the monster under your bed was real?
Of course, our main goal was to make a scary and captivating film, conveying a sense of fear and a disturbing feeling. Not just through our story or its pacing, but with its characters and setting, and ambience as well.
Our intention was to create an environmental setting as hostile as possible, in which the protagonist cannot escape the monster chasing him.
To create this opposing feeling, we decided to set our story in a cold and inhospitable mountain. Lost in an abandoned village, our main character is isolated and vulnerable.
To be as efficient as possible, we use procedural tools in Houdini, Gaia and Speedtree for our exterior, creating layers of instanced mountain, trees and masks of snow in VDB and texture to make it more believable and mysterious.
The outside is Ossa's first taste of courage and seals his destiny. His only choices are to come back in the comfort of his bed, or face the weather and go for the unknown.
To illustrate the freezing and a dangerous environment, we use a procedural generation to cover our asset in snow. We made the forest more lively by simulating multiple layers of VDB, aiding squalls and particles to add more depth and density to our atmosphere.
In comparison to the dormitory, the church is a large and empty building with an overwhelming and ominous atmosphere.
In some scenes, the boy comes out of the darkness and asks to be protected by an aura of light. Finding the perfect balance throughout the entire movie was especially tricky in dark areas, basically all our scenes. We wanted the viewer to see enough of the action, but still keep our shots shrouded in mystery.
Now that the scene was set, we needed to define our characters. We wanted some aspects to venture willingly into Uncanny Valley, to add a layer of discomfort, so we decided to mix realistic textures and stylized elements, to give Ossa and Missland different looks, while also staying relevant to our story's main atmosphere and theme.
As animators, we worked closely together to make references for both Ossa and Missland that would fit the semi-realistic animation style that we chose for our short film. We needed to define both of the personalities, so we used a variety of references to help us characterize both of them.
Like Asa, a curious 13-year-old boy whose expressions slowly change as the story unfolds, or Missland, who needed to be strict and caring but slightly suspicious.
To simplify our working rigging, we gave both characters the same topology. This allowed us to add an array of controllers that will help the animators further push the details on our characters' facial expressions, enhanced by the blend shapes that were added afterwards.
Another big part of our story was, of course, the monster. To create its unique look, we wanted to diverge from the classic interpretation of a disgusting creature and decided to really make it more personal to us by using Missland as a base for its cult, pushing her gauntness and features to the extreme, and creating an iteration that would serve as a transition between her human and monster form.
At first, the monster is shrouded in darkness like a predator. It was essential for the creature's arrival to be impactful, because even if the audience anticipates it, it's in its absence that he is most frightening.
We had to decide how the creature was going to move. Was it terribly fast or immobile? Would it try to run after the boy immediately like it had lost control? Or was the boy already doomed the moment he stepped into the church?
To establish that, we shot references and took inspiration from different portrayals of creatures in media, like the more snappy clickers from The Last of Us or the Wendigos from Until Dawn.
And you? Are you afraid of the dark?